All right, YouTube, back with another video, and today I need to go over basically a lot of what has just transpired today with the halfway to Halloween Home Depot drop. It's been a very interesting day. I don't even know how to explain it. This day has not been as exciting and with the anticipation I normally have with a Home Depot halfway to Halloween drop. This one has been a lot more kind of confusing if I had to sum it up. But of course, 4 items went on sale today. You had your Skelly Dog for $199. You had the new 12-foot Skelly 2.0, which is on sale for $300, which is still in stock. Have about 1,200 still for sale. You had your 7-foot animated Frankenstein monster that dropped actually yesterday evening, but it sold out and then went back on sale this morning. And then you had a very nice surprise, 12.5-foot Inferno Deadwood Skelly for $379, which is sold out. Basically your Inferno pumpkin, but just has a new cool headpiece, which I really like, the light at the top. But my thing is, you know, if you're a collector, you probably already have the Inferno pumpkin. If you have the Inferno pumpkin, I would suggest saving your money. There's no need to spending $379 with all of the other Halloween items that have not dropped yet from Home Depot, Lowe's, Party City, Spirit Halloween. Definitely recommend you save your money and hold on to that. But if you don't have the Inferno pumpkin, highly recommend getting this guy. If you don't have the 12-foot Skelly, highly recommend you getting this guy. The Skelly Dog, of course, sold out within 30 minutes. This was the one that sold like hotcakes. And I did not want them. Then I started going through that impulse buy phase, which usually happens around this time of year because you're just excited about Halloween. I did have a chance to buy them, but I decided not to pull the gun because there's just too many other things that I want right now. And even though I like the Skelly Dog, I just think he gives, a whole different type of look. I don't think, I'm not saying that he has to look sinister or evil or mean or angry or anything. I just think that it's a very friendly kid-friendly look that I think is going to change the dynamic of the skeleton if you put this right next to him. So I just don't really want to deal with that. But I do like him. I do think he's cool. I think it was a great idea from the team who developed them or designed them. But just not something that I wanted to get. But I do understand why people want him. He is cool. And then last but not least, the Frankenstein monster. So for whatever reason, last night when this guy dropped, some of these stock photos were part of the original ad for it. And then there were a couple of more that looked like they were more copied and paste, like very rough images of him that just did not look good at all. And when I saw those images, I actually changed my mind. And so that's why I didn't buy him last night. But then when he redropped this morning, they had the official images up and it looked a lot better. And so I decided that I did want to go ahead and buy him. So I did end up buying the Frankenstein. Everyone else I passed on. Now, let me say something about the Frankenstein monster, which is interesting. This morning, when I looked at him, when he dropped with everyone else, he was the first one. I live on the East Coast. He was the first one that dropped before I could buy anything else on the Home Depot app or website. This guy sold for $249. Okay. Last night when I saw him pop up on the website, he was on sale for $279. So I thought it was interesting that the price dropped by $30, but I didn't quite understand how or why. But I went ahead, put them in the cart, checked out, got my order confirmation. And when the order confirmation came through, they charged me the $279 price for this guy. So I don't understand what happened. And so I didn't call, let me rephrase that. I actually did the text chat feature that Home Depot has. And I spoke to an agent. And this is where things really got weird and started messing up my morning. So the agent said that he would take a look at it. The good thing is I screenshotted the price for $249 because again, the night before he was $279. So I had proof that he had dropped in price. That's the reason why I did the chat. So when I did the chat, I was able to text him my screenshot of Frankenstein in my cart for $249. Now, this is what the agent did. And this is very unlikely of Home Depot because my customer service with Home Depot has always been top-notch, stellar, 5-star customer service. This guy puts me on hold for about 30 minutes. And I'm hot because it shouldn't take this long to research this. You know, it was wasting a lot of my time. So he comes back and he says, well, I think the price adjustment was different because of the zip code that I put in. I said, no, sir, that's not accurate. There's no difference in price per state or per city. This is, you know, an item like anything else that you sell. And it's not it doesn't go by what zip code you live in, whether the price is higher or lower or not. I've never heard of anything like that. So I said, listen, you know, if you can't do a price adjustment, just knock 10% off the thing. It's almost the same price. Let's call it a day. Like, you're wasting too much of my time. I didn't tell him that, but I just asked him for the 10% discount instead. He didn't. He put me on hold again, and he came back and he said, well, sir, after looking at previous orders in the past 2 years, we have given you multiple discounts and credits, and we're no longer going to be able to give you any discounts or credits for any item in the future. I said, okay. I had to sit there after I read that message, and I said, okay, sir, well, let me explain this. First off, my previous orders have nothing to do with this order. But if you look at the notes in the system, because I always tell every agent when I have an issue to put notes in the system. If you see the notes in any of those orders, you can pick any of them. If you see a credit or a discount, it is because of a major reason that was the fault of Home Depot, and this is your customer service way of resolving the problem. And 90% of those issues were resolved with a 10% discount, even though I've had to waste gas, time, and money driving back, exchanging items, replacing items, returning items, because I've had, especially last year. Last year was the worst year for me when it came to Halloween. I had the bone arch that got lost in the mail, never came, and they charged me for it. I had packages that the box was broken and halfway open. I had parts coming out missing from the swamp monster. I had a couple of legs missing from the 8-foot spider. I've had animatronics that came that broken. I had the cauldron that came that literally looked like it was returned in a box that you could tell was not brand new. I had issue after issue after issue with these guys. And what they try to do to rectify these issues was to give me a pretty lousy 10% discount, but it's still something that helped. And so that's the reason why they gave me the discounts. Now, on one item, I think it was the bone arch. When I complained about that, the guy gave me a $50 credit because he felt bad because that was a popular item when it first dropped, and they lost the package. So every one of my orders that had issues was justified. You can't go back into those orders and say, oh, we've done enough for you, we're not going to do anything this time. Like, that's ridiculous. So I asked to speak to a supervisor, and of course the supervisor never calls. Okay, so I'm still fighting this because I've read on some of the Halloween forums that other people have had this problem. They bought them for $249, and then the same thing happened when they checked out. It jumped to $279. I'm going to show you the comments of what these guys are saying about this issue. So just to let you know, it's not just me. It happened to other people. So here we go. Frankenstein showing $249 instead of $279 now. Okay, and they screenshotted the $249 price. All right, I'm gonna read the comments to you. I'm no longer okay. I'm sorry. Wow, after 45 minutes on the phone with them, they finally gave me my refund, but I'm no longer able to receive discounts or adjustments on my account in the future because of this. This is some kind of BS and an awful way to run customer service. I've even told them about this page and how many people have gotten refunds with no problems, and yet they're giving me one penalty. Total BS. I'm all set with Home Depot after this good thing. I don't want anything else from them this year. God awful customer service. That hurts me to even read, because that's one of the reasons why I buy more Halloween items from Home Depot, is because they've always had great customer service. But if this is the new thing that they're doing, yes, they're going to lose a customer from me as well. And I spend a lot of money with these guys. There is no excuse for you not refunding people a difference if it's advertised for a certain price, and then all of a sudden when you check out, it jumps up That is not cool. That's not how you do business. If any of you were on Amazon and you bought a toothbrush that sold for for $15, and you went to checkout and you paid for it, and then you see the confirmation and all of a sudden they charged you 25 instead of 15, yes, you're going to have a problem with that. That's not what it was advertised. That's not what you might would have not bought it if that was the case. So yes, they are going to refund me my money. It may take some time, but I'm going to talk to, a supervisor or whatever. Here's another person. I reached out to them and they told me they couldn't price match because it's a seasonal item. That's BS. To which I replied, I'm not price matching to some random other company. It's literally your own website. And then they just stopped replying to me. See, that's shocking as well, because I've never had anyone stop replying. But even when they put me on hold for 30 minutes, that's not great customer service. Home Depot, I'm telling you, y'all better get it together. You got a lot of serious Halloween fanatics out here. You start doing stuff like this, people will go elsewhere. There's plenty of other Halloween stores out there to buy stuff from if you're going to start acting like this. It's really mind-blowing how much confusion their employees have. You think Home Depot would have a freaking training course on this by now. It happens every year. Let's see. Call customer service, get your money back. I just got my refund. They tried telling me no because it was sold out. I told him to talk to a manager and they finally gave it to me. I saw that too. Bought it this morning for $2.79 and now it's $2.49. I just called and they price matched and gave me a refund. So yeah, whatever the case may be, this is not cool. I'm telling you now, this is not cool. And I'm not going to tolerate stuff like this. Again, if they're at fault, they should be held accountable for it. And, this stuff is way overpriced anyway. When they can afford to drop this to 50% off and even up to 75% off, it lets you know that a lot of these items are way overpriced. And to literally honor their original price when the thing is listed, $30 is not going to kill them. I think they're trying to get over, honestly, but it's not cool. Home Depot, get it together. I'm telling you, because this kind of stuff, I personally am not going to tolerate. I don't care how cool the animatronic is. Customer service is a big part to me, and if you guys are going to act like this, I will take my business elsewhere. So I'm hoping this is a glitch. But it's very interesting how many of these people are telling me they went through the same thing that I went through when I talked to a person. Why in the world are they going to ban my account from future situations? So you mean to tell me you lose a package or something comes defective or messed up, I can't get a discount or credit because, something that happened with the quality control? Like, you got to be kidding me. So anyway, last but not least, I want to talk about one more thing before we go. And I talked about this before, but I wanted to say this as a reminder. If you're new to buying from Home Depot and buying their animatronics and all of that, listen up for just a second, okay? This is something that I wish every single store would put on every single one of their items. This counter right here is very important. See where it says 1,210? That is a true inventory stock. Now, some other stores have numbers like this, but they're not as accurate. And I'm going to just be honest with you, especially Spirit Halloween. Don't trust Spirit Halloween's numbers. They may say they have a certain amount, you order it, and then they'll cancel your order weeks later talking about they sold out. But Home Depot is the most accurate one, and it's usually right on point. So I say that not to check what is going on now, but really I use it to see whether or not something is selling out quickly, or can I wait on it until it goes on sale? So let's say, for example, this is the brand new, not the Skelly. Let's say this number is the new Frankenstein. So I don't want to use the Skelly as an example. Let's say this is Frankenstein and he's $2.99. Okay. Let's say the drop just happened right now, right this second, and there's 1,210 Frankensteins in stock. Well, if I check an hour later and only 2 of them are sold, that lets me know the hype for Frankenstein isn't there at all. That lets me know that Frankenstein is selling kind of slow. If I check a month later and only 20 have sold, 9 times out of 10, Frankenstein is going to be on sale for the season. So this is a good example of knowing how to wait and not impulse buy. Because if you can wait and buy something 50% off, just wait and buy it 50% off. You don't have to get it right now. And what I do is I make a list of all the items I want for the year. And if those things aren't selling, then I'll wait for them to go on sale later on. I don't have to have them for this season. But now if I see, for example, let's say this was the Flying Reaper that's going to drop this year from Home Depot, and this thing is starting to sell out pretty quick, then I'm jumping on it because more than likely it's not going to make it to the season and it's going to sell out before Halloween. And, you might want to buy what you want before that happens. So other than that, that's really pretty much all I have. Today was an interesting day. If you bought all of these items, or got whatever you want, congratulations to you. But again, be careful on that impulse buying. It is exciting to see Halloween items being sold in April. But there's a lot more to drop, guys. We got a long way to go. We got to see what Spirit Halloween has in store. We got to see what Party City has in store. We got to see the rest of Lowe's, drops. And we got to see the rest of the Home Depot drops. And, it's too early to get too far in depth right now. So, be careful of that. That impulse buying is real around this time of year. And if you feel like you impulse buy this time, once you get your item, take it back to the store or resell it, if you see something else that you like. So don't feel like you're obligated to keep it. Other than that, I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. To the next video. I'll check you out then. Peace.